Hello kids, how are you? In this lesson, I will explain again what is the present perfect. The first thing you need to know about the present perfect is the list of verbs that we use for the present perfect. Yes? As you know, there are three types of verbs. In the first line, we have the present simple. In the second line, we have the past simple. And in the third line, we have the past participle. So for expressing sentences in the present perfect, you need to use the past participle, which is the third line in the list of verbs. In this case, we have written, or in this case here, we have made. The past participle of make is made, okay? So what is the present perfect? You use the present perfect tense to express an activity that happened in the past and is part of your experience. Imagine that this arrow represents your life. Imagine that this is you and you want to tell me something that you have done during the week from Monday to Friday. So I know that this week you have done many interesting things. So you want to tell me what happened here in your life. So for that, you can use positive sentence in the present perfect. Like for example, I have played a lot these days, or you've written a lot these days, or we've spoken a lot these days, or they have slept a lot these days. So for the pronouns I, you, we, and they, we use have. Okay, always in the present perfect. It is part of the structure. Okay, and of course we use the past participle. Okay. Now, what about these sentences? She has played a lot these days. He's written a lot these days. Or it has been a great soccer game. For the pronouns she, he, or it, we use has, okay? Always, okay? It's different. For I, you, we, and they, we use have to make sentences in the present perfect. And for she, he, and it, we use has, or we can use the contracted form apostrophe s, like in this sentence. Yes? What about negative sentences in the present perfect? Example, I haven't played a lot these days. You've not written a lot these days, or we've not spoken a lot these days, or they haven't slept a lot these days. For the pronouns I, you, we, and they, in negative sentences, we use haven't, or we can also say the contracted form, apostrophe, v, and not, like you've not written a lot these days. Now, let's continue seeing more examples. She hasn't played a lot these days. He's not written a lot these days, or it hasn't been a great soccer game. In the negative sentences for the pronouns she, he, and it, we use hasn't, like she hasn't played a lot these days, or we can also use the contracted form that I am showing you here, okay? What about questions? For questions, for example, this one says, have you played a lot these days? We use have at the beginning for the subject you, for example. And the short answer is yes, I have, or no, I haven't. What about questions with she or he? Example, this one says, has she played a lot these days? We use has for she, he, or it, okay? And this is the order. Don't forget the question mark. And you can use short answers like yes, she has, or no, she hasn't. Okay, kids. So these are the three types of sentences we can see in the present perfect. And that's all for this class, okay? In the next lesson, I will continue explaining more about the present perfect and some special words that we use for it. Remember, the present perfect is used to tell an activity that happened in the past and is part of your experience, okay? You can see this video as many times as you want to see the different types of sentences in the present perfect. Bye bye, see you.